Octopath Traveler is rated T for teen. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Octopath Traveler. In the last episode, we have gone through some of the previous areas to go through some side stories. We went to the Highlands, the Sunlands, and the Riverlands, and today we're going to be taking on some of the quests in the Coastlands and in the Flatlands. There are not many quests here in the Coastlands because it's basically just in Grandport, besides some of the character quests, but we'll be taking those on a little bit later. Anyway, the very first quest we want to take care of is this woman here.
How do you do?
I come from a land so far south of here that you will not find it on any map. I haven't been back there in a dozen years or more. I have no interest in going back by now either. Yet, the one thing I do miss is the sweet smell of the quatraite blooms that grow there. And so begins the tale of an exotic aroma. So there are two completion methods for this quest. But first, we're going to steal from this woman, because why not? We'll scrutinize her as well. A woman from a southern nation who traveled the realm working odd jobs until she found her way to Grandport several years ago. In her youth, she helped her mother with daily cooking and learned a great deal as a result. Her specialty is stewed fish with quatraite. So, the first completion method is that we can guide her, which I think is probably the slightly happier ending, although frankly both are equally fine, I think. And we need to travel to Ripple Tide. Yes, Ripple Tide. That's what my notes say. There's just so, like, it's just an entire page full of stuff, and I'm just like, oof. Like, I lose track of stuff so easily. Now, there should be a caravan member somewhere out here. I think it might be this guy, Inquisitive Merchant. Nope, that's not it. There's someone out here. Is it you, perchance? Caravan member, yep. Okay, cool. It's this guy that we want to talk to, but first we'll steal from him. And we've already scrutinized him, so.
Oh?
You need something? You want to come with us? We're heading for a land called Quaragosa. What? Quaragosa is my native land. I was born into a poor family and came to this distant land to be able to make a good living for myself. I've been working here for years and years now. I've saved up more money than I ever dreamed of as a girl in Quaragosa. I didn't plan to go back to that place, but hearing that name again now, after so long, I can't help but feel somehow homesick. Would you mind if I traveled with you? I can help with cooking and laundering clothes. I wouldn't be a burden. You'd be plenty welcome, of course. The more the merrier, and the safer when it comes to caravan. Thank you. I'll just go pack some things and be right back. We're embarking on more than just a journey. We're setting out on a new life. And so ends the tale of an exotic aroma, so returning back to my homeland, I honestly had no plans to do so, but I've filled myself with excitement. I'm going to pack my things at once. Slightly happier, because I think in the journal, she returned home to her parents. Oh yeah, she gets to see her parents again. That's kind of I would consider that to be a happy ending. Alright, so the alternative method to completing the exotic aroma quest is that there is a merchant, I believe it's you. Portly merchant, the plants that grow in the southern lands produce fine spices to use for cooking. Even the most flavorless dishes can be imbued with the flavorful tastes of the southern lands. They are wondrous spices. So if we steal from him, he has quatraite bloom, which we can take and bring back to that woman. Alright, so if we return to the woman from Quaragosa with quatraite blooms, we can give her the bloom.
Goodness.
Is that a quatraite flower? Ah, the smell that transports me back to my homeland in an instant. When I left my land, my parents gave me the quatraite flowers. They told me that I should be the hardy quatraite, that no matter how difficult things became, I would grow strong and bloom beautifully. Hehe, I have not thought of that day for a very long time now. Thank you. Perhaps I should work a bit harder. and save up enough to go back home to my parents. I could build them a fine house surrounded by fields of quatrate. As long as we can smell the quatrate, we won't ever miss one another. That's the end of an exotic aroma. So technically this one's a little bit more lame because she doesn't actually go. She's just kind of like, I should go, you know? It's 50-50. Honestly, it's 50-50 because she vows to go back. We checked the journal, I think. The woman remembered the words of her parents as the scent of the quatrate blooms washed over her. She vowed to return home. So yeah, so basically she's like, I'm going to versus I will. Like, you know, it's 50-50, honestly. You know, also it's a video game and nothing changes based on the thing besides the flavor text that you see. So, like, frankly, I really shouldn't get all up in arms over it, but I will because I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd and a loser. But anyway, the next quest actually is in the Moonstruck Coast, which I don't think we did. So this is actually a little bit easier to go from Stoneguard. Alright, so here in the Moonstruck Coast, there is a quest, as you can see by that little tiny orange star on the world map. Over here, we have an actress. Isn't our signboard lovely? It's the same blue as our tent. That said, it's gotten a bit old. We should probably give it a new coat of paint. But we need lapis lazuli to make more blue paint if we want to spruce it back up, and that is no easy thing to come by. Alright, so after you complete, as you can see, there's Kit over in the corner. But as soon as you complete Kit's first part, like Kit in Search of Father Part 1 in Noble Court, Kit will come here and these people will spawn in. One of the performers in a traveling troupe who performs as a cheerful and charming clown. However, she is prone to worry and grows anxious whenever she sees the acrobats performing. And then we have Kit over here with a quest for us. Oh, so we meet again. It's me, Kit. I've been traveling with the troupe ever since you helped introduce me. I think I might have at last found some hint to my father's whereabouts, but I'm afraid it's in the direction opposite of where the troupe is headed. If I hope to ever learn what happened to my father, I will have to part ways with everyone.
However,
the impresario was very understanding and said that I should do what I must to find my father, but I wish I could do something more to thank the troupe for taking me in before I must leave them. And so begins the tale of In Search of Father. So the actress talking about the signboard, that's kind of a hint. I also want to try and get that thing up there, which I completely missed on the first way around here. Alright, so this is a articulate stone, so probably not worth all that effort. But anyway, in order to complete this quest, we need to go to Grandport. Alright, so near the Armorer, there is I believe this is the merchant. I mostly deal in weapons, swords, spears, shields. My place can barely store all of them. Maybe this might not be the right guy. Yeah, I don't think this is the right guy, but we'll still completely clean him dry. We'll ruin his living. Doesn't matter. We'll scrutinize him. Official Grandport Merchant, registration number 193537, wears swords and shields. We get a hidden item. Cool. I believe... There we go. I specialize in minerals and rare stones. Could I interest you in any of my wares? That's what we need. We can grab the lapis lazuli from him. We could scrutinize him as well, because I don't think we get any information out of him. Yep. Merchant who deals with ore the world over, carrying everything from beautiful and rare crystals to common pebbles in his bag. Alright, great. So now we can go back to the Moonstruck Coast. Also, I love how I don't think I've paid for a single thing this entire playthrough, except for, like, when I have to in Tressa's story. Alright, we are back near the tent with Kit's stuff. Before we begin, or we finish the quest, I want to see if we can get some extra skills on anyone. Yes, we can get something on Ophelia. I guess Ethereal Healing is probably the best. We get the skill Hard Worker. This is a very nice skill to have. Basically, it grants additional JP, so it's actually very good. I don't think we'll really need Saving Grace for right now, so it's probably more practical to keep it on there. And also, one thing to note is that as soon as you complete this quest, Kit vanishes from the overworld, like permanently, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, take in his image one last time. Okay, let's go. Alright, here you go. Here's some lapis lazuli to fix up the sign. This is amazing! What a fine piece of lapis lazuli. This should surely do the trick. I will repaint the troop's signboard and restore it to its former glory. I'm going to get to work preparing the paint at once. What is this? It looks just as it did when it was new. No, even better. Kit, did you do this? I did, with the help of my kind friend here, who helped me get the ingredients for the paint. You did? But it requires lapis lazuli. Such a precious mineral. Don't worry, I stole it. It cost me nothing. And this painting, I had no idea you had such artistic skill. I knew you had some skill as a stagehand, but you have a real talent, Kit. This is... why, it's positively magic what you've done. Kit, I'm very glad we could travel together. I will be praying that everything goes well for you. Thank you, and thank you so much for everything you've done for me until now. Now I can set out to search for my father without any lingering regrets. I've heard word of a woman who knows of my father's whereabouts. It seems that she has also been looking for me. I must find her and learn what she knows. I hope you will have a good journey, my friend. So ends the tale of In Search of Father 2. Kit's gone. We will see him again, but not really. We will see him at a later point. So the last quest in the Coastlands is back at Grandport. Alright, so we have our good old friend Mann. Similar to Kit, he will vanish from the overworld after this quest completion, so if you need to steal or inquire from him, I would recommend you do so now. I mean, all he has is just kind of sell items, so it's not like you're really missing anything crazy good. Ah, you again, the friend of my heart. It is I, the great adventurer Mann. Surely you know me by now, though. I am finally about to embark on my voyage to uncover new land, but I've been quite stymied by some villainous brigands, and now I find myself unable to reach a ship to embark on. What's that? You say my legs are trembling? Only trembling with anticipation of the justice I am about to mete out. I do hate to ask, but do you think you could maybe defeat the brigands for me? So begins the tale of Mann, Explorer Extraordinaire, Part 3. So we have this wharf thug over here, Soothing Seed. We're going to steal from him, and then we're going to scrutinize him. A thief who roams the world, swindling whomever he pleases. He once lived an honest life putting pirates behind bars, but abandoned his comrades once he realized how much easier a life of crime would be. Gosh darn, ooh, there's a chest straight up right here. What do you have to say? That's about far enough, friend. If you want to pass by this way, you'll have to pay the passage fee. Even if you don't want to pass, in fact, you're gonna have to pay it. Or pay with your blood. Anyway, we need to challenge him with Ulbrich. Probably will be fine, maybe, hopefully. Because we have the Apothecary class on, so we just need to poison him and just pretty much outlast him. It's fine. Frankly, poison is such a good skill to have. And I'm so glad that, like, unlike other RPGs, you can pretty much inflict it on anything. Because, like, there's a lot of RPGs where it's like, you just can't, I feel like you just can't use statuses on foes, on, like, enemy, or, bosses and stuff. And it just makes it kind of inconvenient, I feel like. Or their bosses have, like, such a high resistance to it that it's, like, not even worth trying. It's annoying, but yeah. You just gotta basically beat him up. Outlast him for 20 turns and we'll be fine. Are you weak to spears? You are indeed weak to spears. So we can use 1,000 spears. And boom. Gone. We have patience, so we'll just lengthen the status a little bit more. Sure, that works. And then I guess we could just do, I don't know, Brand Thunder. Yeah, 8,000 damage. That'll speed it up by like 8 or so turns, 7 turns-ish. Alright, just poke him with a spear. Poke him with a spear again. Ow, that did, like, nothing. I'm so hurt. And then we'll do 1,000 spears. So hopefully... Oh, that did 5 hits. Nice. Poison does not take him away, but we can just poison him again, I guess. Even though I'm sure we'll probably kill him with this next Brand's Thunder, but, you know. No harm, no foul. Brand's Thunder, and this should pretty much kill him, I would think. Yep, okay.
With each battle,
Holy.
I grow stronger.
You think you can mess with us? This isn't the last you'll see of me.
Oh, friend of my heart, you defeated that villain for me? Now I will at last set sail into the unknown. Thank you. I have been saved by you over and over. Let me ask, do you have a dream of your own? I have always dreamed of being an adventurer as long as I can remember. Like the great adventurer Dupone, he welcomed any challenge that came his way. He crossed the seas alone and discovered completely unknown lands. Many adventurers tried to follow in his footsteps and set out to sea, never to return again. I myself am one of those who wish nothing more than to be just like Dupone. My entire body trembles with sheer excitement. I shall take the ship across the sea and discover a land that none other ever has. And perhaps I will find myself in need of the help from another from time to time as well. My name is Mann, and I set forth to tread the lands no other ever has. Fare thee well, friend of my heart. And he's gone. What do you have to say? Fine, do what you want. You beat me once. I'm not looking for a second helping. Challenge him again.
Hello.
Do you know the dancers in the Suns can never? You cannot forget their beautiful dress. Do you perhaps have the ethereal dancer garb? You do. Isn't that funny? Because traditional dancer garb, but we have the ethereal, which boosts evasion by a ton. We can scrutinize him, probably. Please. Literally, that was a 90% chance. Whoa! Bro, are you kidding me? That's like a 1% chance if my math is correct. Because 10% of 10% is 1%. Dude, that was unlucky. So there's a hidden item now, and it's right down over here. The silver hairpiece. We have a merchant. Fur coat. Sure, why don't we steal from you as well? Brilliant bow, master's longbow, ultimate breaker, falcon hat, and traditional garb, or falcon garb, excuse me. So, you know, it's totally worth, like, stealing from people and scrutinizing, especially in Grand Port. Problem with failing in Grand Port is that it has a hefty $100,000, or 100,000 leaf fee, so that would be 1/5 of our current things. So it is the most expensive town to restore your reputation in, so just be very careful. And hopefully you don't get as unlucky with me, missing 2 90% chances. Oh, I love this game sometimes. But anyway, that is all of the quests for right now in the Coastlands. So now we get to go to the Flatlands, and there's actually a quest in the Atlasdom that we need to take care of first. Alright, so here in the library we have this girl over here. We've not spoken to her once. She has a Wind Soul Stone, so I guess that's somewhat useful, and we can scrutinize her a little bit. An avid reader who spends most of her waking hours in the Royal Library, she would rather read than eat, and once neglected to sleep for 3 days, too absorbed in a good book. She claims to have inherited her love of literature from her late mother. Alright, so this tome, The Ancient Capitals, contains a record of the ancient city of gold. Look, do you see? An entire city where everything is made of gold. I wish there were more details about it, but it's the only briefest mention. So begins the tale of City of Gold. There are 2 completion methods for this quest. And the first one is, let me see, where's my notes? It is in Marceline. So this is why we had to wait until after, because this quest was available to us like from the very beginning as soon as we got to Atlasdom, but the completions is in Marceline and down by Grandport, so you can understand why I might not be able to, why we kind of waited and held this off.
Hello there.
I'm thoroughly occupied recently with studying the legends of a certain city, though I don't suppose you would care. Perhaps you, maybe I would care. Maybe I would care, dude. Maybe I would care. Having spent most of his childhood around books, this young boy developed a passion for reading and now aspires to be a researcher. Though his studies have taught him many things, he's yet to discover a way to talk to his own father. That is awkward. But yeah, that's the information we need, so we can go right over back to Atlasdom and tell the girl of that information. Alright, we got that info.
Greedy.
Yes, I got it. Here you go, City of Gold. The Legends of the Golden City? This sounds promising. There was once a lord in a distant island nation far to the east, and one day he had a dream. A voice spoke to him and said, "I will grant you one wish." The lord thought it was the voice of a god, so the lord answered without thinking. "Make the city into a utopia where none go hungry, where no one ever grows old or ill." His wish was heard, and overnight the entire city was turned to gold. And in that city of gold there were none who went hungry, no old age, and no illness. Do you hear that? Such a wondrous place. Though it still sounds more like fantasy than truth. It has the romantic appeal of a legend, to be sure. Books are such a delight, aren't they? And this is one prime example. I'll have to be sure to tell everyone to read it. Thank you for helping me learn more about the City of Gold. I feel so much better now for knowing more. And so ends the tale of City of Gold. And that is the last quest in Atlasdom, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe. Probably. I don't actually know. So the alternative method for the City of Gold quest lies with this man here, the best-selling author. I'm a wandering writer. I travel the world writing my books as I flit from place to place. I just put out a new volume, in fact, perhaps you heard of it, The Ancient Capitals, I called it. It's done rather well for itself. And even after I had cut so much material from it, oh, the things I know could fill several volumes, not just that paltry one. We can scrutinize him. Popular author travels the world writing stories about the people he meets, rumors he hears, and places he visits along the way. His elaborate and colorful descriptions, which bring the world within the pages to life, have been highly praised by readers. So we need to guide this guy, and we need to bring him to the bookworm girl, whatever her name was, technically in Atlasdom. All right, girl, we got you the author himself.
Oh, the Ancient Capitals. Have you been enjoying my book?
Your book? You mean to say that you wrote this book? Please, can you tell me anything more about the City of Gold?
The City of Gold, eh? Well, it is a tale I first heard from my own grandfather. He said that it was a wondrous place, all of glittering gold where none was ever hungry, and there was no disease and no old age.
Amazing! So there really is such a utopia in this world?
It's true that the City of Gold did exist, but no one lived there.
What? But why would that be?
My grandfather shared the same questions, but there were no people in that city. Place where none go hungry or get old or grow sick. That's easy enough to promise when no one lives there at all. That is your perfect utopia, an empty place, devoid of life. My grandfather came to the conclusion that such was the natural end of human avarice.
Human avarice?
Yes, it seems like it turned even their food and water to gold. Nothing survived their avarice. But no matter how much humanity might lust for gold and love it, they cannot live off it, they cannot eat it. And so the people were forced to abandon their city of gold, and it fell into ruin. That is what my grandfather thought, anyway, but it was no more than a theory, so I did not include it in my book.
Is that right? Well, that is most interesting. Thank you for sharing the story with me. Now I find myself wanting to know more about why the City of Gold fell into ruin as well.
Yes, well, if you do find any other answers, I hope I will someday get to hear them from you.
Yes, certainly. And thank you. You didn't have to bring this man to me, but I do appreciate it greatly.
And so ends the tale of the City of Gold. Very weird that they put this in the beginning and you had to like wait all this time. I don't know, but that is the end of the City of Gold quest. Hooray! Anyway, the next few quests are going to be... Oh, actually, there's another one in Noble Court, right? It's so funny that the Flatlands is like the only place where like you have to wait until the end of the game basically to like be able to complete quests. I mean, technically if you really wanted to, you could grind and come to these end game towns sooner. But like if you play normally and you follow the leveling system sort of, you just go from town to town, do all the chapter 1s and then all the chapter 2s. I believe that's one of the guys from Ulrich's Warrior days. Anyway, we have this guy over here, which we will steal from first, because why not? And then we can scrutinize him. A gruff but well-meaning former mercenary captain, countless times he has fought without regard for the motives of his employers, and while he is paid well for it, he lost many dear comrades into the bargain. Some wounds do not heal. Alright, so we can talk to this guy. May not look it now, but I was once in charge of an entire company of mercenaries. But 3 of my men betrayed me, and everything fell apart then. My company, my life. And those 3 turncoats, they're still out there somewhere, walking around free as can be, still with the crests they took from me. Haven't the coin or the strength to go after them myself, if only someone would see justice served. And so begins the tale of Price of Vengeance. Alright, so basically you're gonna need Ulrich or Honnet, because you need to challenge people. And there are 3 people that we need to go to, actually 1 in Atlas Thumb. So maybe we should have done this quest first so we could hit it on the way. Is it you? No, guard. I forget where these people are, so it's gonna take a little while just to... I think it might be this guy, this pirate-looking dude. Crest bearing drunk. Stupid piece of sparkle, this crest won't even buy me a proper drink round here. Why do you think it means anything, this useless thing? Sure, it meant I was part of something once, and what does that mean? Nothing. Brotherhood don't fill your belly. Alright, so one thing you want to do is that you want to try to steal and inquire from these guys first, because after you complete this quest, they also disappear, I believe. Terrible drunk who becomes incredibly violent when deep in his cups, a former mercenary, he knows all too well how to hurt a man, as rampages have led him to be cast out from many a tavern. His sole prized possession is a small gold medal, and we need to challenge him. He's a bit weaker than some of the other people, so we'll probably be fine. Because, you know, it's, this guy is probably very weak. Although I probably might end up just speeding this up, because we're going to have to be doing quite a bit of challenging in this video, it seems.
Victory out of my way.
Alright, well that was that.
I grow stronger.
Very easy. We get a mercenary crest as our victory. You got a problem with me, eh? Maybe that'll help fix his drinking problem. I think that was one of the completion methods for the guy in Stealth Snow, yeah? The bad father guy. Anyway, the next person is in Goldshore. There's this guy over here. Oh, I had a name for myself once. I was the mercenary who brought down a whole company all on his own. So we can steal from him. He is a cleaver, iron armor, and essence of plum. Really not that good stuff. We can scrutinize him as well. A rowdy brute who resorts to violence when he fails to get what he wants. Owing to his experience as a mercenary, he is not a man to be trifled with. He has been seen fiddling with a small gold medal from time to time. Interesting. So we can challenge him. He's also a bit weaker than normal. And we can just... Well, I'm just going to speed this up, because this is going to basically be the same thing 3 times, isn't it? There we go.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Easy enough. We get a mercenary crest. You gotta be kidding me! Alright, and that's that guy. And the last guy is all the way in the crest-bearing, or the last guy's in Duskbarrow. Whoops. I mean, they're all crest-bearing stuff, so that should tee you off in their names. This guy specifically, you want to inquire. You want to scrutinize this guy. I believe it's this guy. No, that's Ashlyn. Finish that evil work, and this is Ashlyn's father. Whoops. Interestingly, okay, I don't care. Honestly, bro, I don't care. I'll take your plum baskets though, and then I'll scrutinize you too. Maybe you give me an item. Nope. Ashlyn's father, one of the survivors of the Greenwood tribe, used forbidden magic to protect his village, but was possessed by a giant snake in the process. Though the snake is gone, the memories continue to haunt him. Okay, cool. There is some guy around here. I forget exactly where he is. This guy?
You see,
Crest-bearing swindler. I used to belong to a company of mercenaries run by a right fool. To him, it was all brotherhood and being in it together and all that kind of rot. So yeah, me and my mates decided to bring him down, and bring him down we did. So this guy you want to scrutinize because he will give you an item. An unscrupulous trader who delights in swindling the foolish. As a mercenary, he develops certain connections through which he obtains his wares and wares of dubious quality. However, there is no denying the value of the small gold medal he keeps close. I'm gonna go grab that item before it despawns, because I don't know if it will. Probably won't, but I'm just gonna play it safe. Because, you know, who knows. I think it's this one. Odds and ends, so it's just a sell item, so you're not really missing out on much, but still, it's something that you can get pretty much for free. And then we can steal from him. Oh! That's an 8% chance. Oh, goodness. It's a critical area. You can only boost by 10%? Bro, what the heck is this? Literally, you know what? I'm out of spite. I'm gonna just buy it. Where's the tavern? I'm just gonna use Trezza to heck with it. I know I said I haven't used purchase once, but now we have, so I can say that I did. So, you know, you guys can't yell at me. And frankly, it was probably a terrible bargain, but why not? You know, we're gonna take something from him. We'll take something. We'll give something to him. You know, it's fine. It's fine, really. It's fine. There we go, that's that guy done.
The thrill of the fight.
And then we also get a mercenary crest. Someone help me, I beg of you! Dude, we gave you like 25,000 bucks, you'll be fine. Anyway, that is all of the crest-bearing swindler, all the crest-bearing ruffians and whatnot that we need to take care of so we can return the mercenary crests to that guy. So that way he knows vengeance has been had and he can sleep at night again, I guess. Alright, bro.
Hello.
May not look... No, yes, I get it. Like, we exacted vengeance You're fine. These crests! I know them anywhere. They're the ones I gave to those scoundrels. I used to give these out to all my lads, made them say their oaths over 'em, pledging their loyalty to the company. I entrusted these crests to them as a sign of the faith I put in them, as brother in arms. Those scoundrels, they leaked information to our enemies right before our great battle, told them all our strategy. And some of the other lads, they tried to tell me. They accused the villains of selling us out, but I didn't believe it could be true. They're our brothers, I said. They'd never betray us like that. But in the end, I was wrong. We lost that battle because of their villainy. So many good loyal men lost their lives that day, and the company was done for. Even those who survived, I brought them nothing but pain. I must have ruined so many lives with my naivety. If only I had been a better judge of character. There's never a day I don't think that. But I'm going to put those regrets to rest now. With this, I can finally start moving forward again. So ends the tale of the price of vengeance. So anyway, finally we can go to Whispermill and take care of a few quests there. So there's actually only 2 quests in Whispermill we're going to take care of right now. And that is because there's actually a 3rd one, and it's right outside the village. So if you like leave Whispermill, there will be a guy there, but that is kind of a more difficult quest, I'll say. So we're going to do that for its own episode, actually. So, or I think so. That's what I'm planning on. So yeah, we're going to deal with the other 2 quests first, and the first one is this little old lady right here. Refreshing jam, do that, yada yada yada. And then we'll scrutinize her, because why not? Friendly woman who grows wheat in Whispermill. She also makes and shares sweets with her neighbors, which has led her to be quite liked within the village. Alright, so we want to talk to her. It's a disgrace, that's what it is. He's raising the price to use the mills again. But it's not like I've got any choice. Can't mill my wheat without a windmill. So what am I supposed to do? So begins the tale of tilting at windmills. So, the first completion method is... Well, talk to this woman. See that one over there? Can you give me some information? Please? Info? A woman who lives in the village with her husband when their son died of sickness, she fell into a deep sadness for a time. However, after becoming pregnant with another child, she has found renewed happiness. And we get a discount at the inn, and we can just steal from her, because, you know, why not? Because okay, so there's 2 completion methods for this quest. I wanted to try to see if I could find someone to give some information, in regard to one of the completion methods, but a man who lives in the village with his wife who fell into a depression after the son died of a deadly disease. Seeing her in such a state pained him terribly, and it was only after they conceived another child that both husband and wife grew more hopeful for the future. Get a hidden item. I was really hoping to see if I could find... all of the mills in Whispermill belongs to a man named Brian. You want to know where to find Brian? Probably won't find him anywhere in the village. He loves his drink, so he'll be off in some town big enough to have an alehouse or the like. I've heard that Brian's actually quite the coward, though. A few tough words and all his bravado just disappears. Alright, so that's supposed to be the hint for one completion method for this quest is, oh, heck yeah. You just want to, yeah, let's see. Hidden item who always seems to be smiling regarding the circumstances. As such, he's often asked us as an intermediary to help resolve disputes. No matter how heated discussion may become, his expression remains unchanged. Alright, so that was, yeah, so that was the hint for one of the completion methods. Ironically, not the one that we're going to be doing, but I just wanted to bring that up before I forgot about it, because I'm like that. So the completion method we're going to be doing is we need to go to Atlastham. We are going to be going to Atlas. Like, I feel like half of the quests we've had to take care of, like, we need to go to Atlastham for. There's some dude in here.
Greetings.
I forget where he is. I'm gonna have to look around. There we go. I've designed a new model of a windmill. Not to boast, but it's far more efficient than the ones we already have. Alas, for some reason, no one's willing to give it a try. I could save these people a fortune, but everyone's stuck in their old ways. If only I could find myself my first customer, I'm sure my luck would change. Well, my friend, I think I can help with that. Although I will charge a small fee of 2 wind soul stones. Dan, a man of the Frostlands, attempting to design a new kind of windmill. For a time, he was apprenticed to an inventor while pursuing his studies. He specializes in improving upon established designs, making them cheaper to produce or more efficient to operate. I wonder if Dan was a mentor of or apprentice of that one guy in Still Snow that made, like, the pocket heater or whatever, because technically he's from the Frostlands, and he was in Still Snow, so it makes sense. Anyway, we need to guide Dan. And we need to bring him to the Slender Farmer, all the way up in Whispermill. Hey, yo, farmer lady, I got you a deal.
Speaking of which...
Excuse me, but might it be that you've been unable to use the mills and experiencing some trouble? Well, yes, actually, I have. The owner suddenly raised the fee on the mills. Then please use my windmill. I went to all the trouble to make it, but no one has even given it a try. I'm only charging the bare minimum. I'll even help you transport your wheat. Well, that sounds quite wonderful. I suppose I'll take you up on your offer then. I know I'm not the only one who's been stuck with their crop piling up and no way to mill it. I'll tell the others too. That would be a great boon to me. Don't worry, you won't regret trying my mill. She just, like, walk through him? Like, I'm pretty... What? What? Okay, I'm positive that she, like, technically her shadow was, like, made it look like she was behind him, but she passed over him. What the heck was that? Okay, that's honestly great. Get some items, though. Commemorative coin. I believe that's a sell item. So, the alternative method to completing the Tilting at Windmills quest lies here in the Sunshade Tavern. We have Brian right here. Whispermill's mills all belong to me. All you need from the mills is to keep running is a bit of wind. They're surely one of men's greatest inventions. So basically, he just can just rob people of their money. And you can challenge, and to complete the quest, you challenge Brian. And actually, the interesting thing, apparently, is you can complete this quest, like, before even completing all of the chapter 1s. You can complete it basically as soon as you get Ulbrich, and, you challenge Brian. I mean, granted, Brian will be a bit stronger than you if you, like, start with Ulbrich and go straight to Sunshade. But you can do it. You can do it. So, it's actually quite interesting that you can complete the quest so early. So yeah, that's actually something very interesting to consider. Although he's very weak, because I believe, honestly, if I just boost, we might just be able to take him out with a single boosted hit, so, you know, probably don't need to be super concerned. Yep, oh, for a split second I thought he was gonna die. Alright, let's just use, like, Cross Strike or something, because he's right health, yeah, like, he's super weak. He ain't got nothing on us. Anyway. I'm sorry, it's just, I've got a tab to pay at the tavern, you see, and but I only raised the price a bit. Well, perhaps it was more than a bit. Yeah. Fine, I'll return the fee to the mill back to the old price. Will that satisfy you? Ah, I thought I could keep living the lifestyle I was accustomed to if I just charged a bit more for my mills. But I don't want to get involved in some sort of scuffle over this awful backwater. Huh? Nothing. Never mind me. I'll do better from now on, don't you worry. So yeah, I just got a bunch of money. But yeah, like, also, I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this, but you don't actually need to speak to the person to get the quest first to complete it. If you have the required items, you can, like, fulfill it as soon as you talk to them for the first time, so that's how you can complete this quest, like, immediately. You just need to fulfill the requirements, in this case, challenging. instantly. And pretty much in every challenging thing, like, the quest ends as soon as you beat the person. Anyway, the very last quest we need to take care of today is down here, and it is with our old friend Theracio. And one thing that I have actually noticed with all of these characters, these side story, was Older just running in place for a second? Like, he just couldn't figure out how to get there? That was weird. But anyway, one thing that I've noticed that's very interesting is that there's 8 of these, like, extra characters, of these, like, you know, kind of side characters that you follow through each of the towns. And some of them have unique sprites, and some of them don't. And if I'm observing things right, all of the females have unique sprites, but all of the males don't. Which I find very, very weird. Like, because there's this dude over here.
Hello.
Yeah, like, look, that's like the exact same pose as Theracio over here. Right? I'm not going crazy. They're not different. They're not like slightly, it's not like it's a slightly edited sprite. And then Ashlyn has a basic sprite too, and so does Sir Miles, I believe, for the Knights Ardent. I mean, Miles is a little bit more unique in that there aren't as many Knights Ardent, but like, I'm pretty sure like the two, like the gates of the, or the shrine of the guy at the Frostlands that Ophelia had to go into, the Cave of Origin, like the two standing up there have the same sprite as Miles, I'm pretty sure. I find that extremely weird that like it's it's all of the dudes that have nondescript sprites, but the females all have unique sprites. Like that's actually like pretty strange. You know, now that I think about it. Like, why did they just, like, I would understand if some of them did and some of them don't. I think the only one might be Rhea, but I think she has a unique sprite too. Like, I want to know what the reasoning behind that was. I don't know if they were just, like, I would understand if they just ran out of time or something. And they couldn't make the additional sprites, so they just said, you know, just use, some pre-made ones, like the default ones. But like, why is it all the dudes that got that and all of the women got the unique ones? Like, I want to know what the decision behind that was, honestly. Anyway, enough rambling.
You're the one who always comes to save me. Yes, I'm still on my journey to spread education in as many lands as I am able to. I came to this town to teach her as well, but I can't seem to connect well with the children here. They do not open up to me no matter how I try. Not one has shown up to my lessons when I hold them. I feel so useless. Perhaps I've been fooling myself all this time, thinking that I was making a difference. I just wanted to be like you, Professor Bastete. Can we scrutinize him again to information? Yeah, no, okay, so, frankly, I don't know how you're supposed to, like, figure out where to go for this. Because, to my knowledge, like, this is the first time that it mentions Professor Bastete. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't, Professor Bastete doesn't show up in the world until you complete Theracio's Part 2 quest, which is very weird. But anyway, we need to come here to Clearbrook to get Bastete, because this is where he is. Maybe someone in, like, Atlasdom or something mentions him, because he is a scholar. Is it you? Hold on. There's someone. Did I come to the right place? Yes. I did come to the right place. He is here. I don't know where he is, but he is here. Oh wait, no, you're Professor Bastete. I thought it was a dude, but no, it's a woman. Whoops. Sexism, you know, implicit biases, yay. I once traveled the world while working as a teacher long ago. I taught many children, though. They were strangers to me. I had one student in particular, a clever boy named Theracio. Bright as anything, though he was a bit of a troublemaker. So we need to guide Professor Bastete to Theracio. But first, we'll scrutinize her, because why not? A woman who once traveled the realm teaching poor children, she helped her students improve their strengths and weaknesses, and encouraged them to never give up on the things they enjoyed. Alright, so we need to guide her. My dear, you combine shrewdness and beauty in one effortless package. Shrewdness? Isn't being shrewd kind of like construed as like a bad thing? I think. Or isn't being shrewd just mean like you have explicit attention to detail or something? Like really good at finding the details or something? Isn't that what shrewd means? I don't really remember, but I always
interpreted as something that was like a native connotation, so whatever.
You all right, dear?
What's wrong? Why does your head hang so low?
Oh!
It cannot be, Professor Bastet. Is that truly you? Haha! It has been a long time, my boy. How are you, young Theracio? It's hard to believe that the scruffy troublemaker you grew into such a fine man. Professor Bastet taught me for free when I was a poor child with nothing. She is the reason I went into teaching myself. She was all I ever had to look up to. She is the one who inspired me to think that this could ever become a world where even the poorest children would have the chance to learn. My, you have truly become a great man. Yet the children, they won't listen to me. No matter how much energy I pour into my lessons, they do not seem moved. But all I'm trying to do is teach them. All I'm trying to make them remember is true knowledge. I don't know what to do any longer. Young Theracio, perhaps I am mistaken, but... Are you trying to force the children to learn? What? If you apply force, you will be met with resistance. That is human nature. Classes are a time for both students and teachers to learn. To learn together. If I learned from you when you were just a young thing, what you taught me with your eyes sparkling brightly at the thought of learning was how important it was to be honest with oneself. Professor, be open to what your pupils can teach you, and you may find they are open to what you can teach them. Oh! Thank you, Professor, for yet another valuable lesson. Haha, I'm glad to see you are as earnest as you ever were, my lad. This is the end of my journey, at least for a time. I will stay here until I can make a go of things with the children of this village. I have to learn all I can from the children here. Thank you for everything you've done for me until now. And so ends the tale of Theracio's Tutelage Part 3, and Theracio will remain here in the village until the end of time, because this game can only go so far. You know, all things have to come to an end, and we're getting close to that end, unfortunately, as much as I love this game. This guy has some nuts that we're gonna steal. Never saying that again. He gives us a hidden item, though. A young man who has lived in Windmills since he was a child. Ever since his pet passed away, he's preferred to stay inside, but has lately come to miss the great outdoors he and his dog used to explore together. Oh, that's sad. Get a hidden item, though. Is this going to break my heart? Is it going to be like a dog collar? Old coin, okay. Well, that doesn't really break my heart. Anyway, that is actually the last of the quests we want to take care of right now. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, leave a like, maybe consider subscribing, or leave a comment, whatever feels good for you. And with that, I will see you guys in the next episode, where we take on, well, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to be doing next. It's going to be a surprise. See you guys then.